Open discussion will help us focus on what that presentation should be. If real life comes back and we can have an in-person sing in the summer or maybe in the fall, that would be wonderful. And later in the fall, we'll do something, either all online or all in person or some kind of a mix, some sort of a workshop or, or presentation. So our general plan is to have something, some kind of informative workshop or presentation, one in the spring, one in the fall, some sort of singing activity, open sing, usually in the late spring or early summer, and the annual meeting in January, which would have some sort of workshop or presentation as part of it. So if you have any favorite speakers or favorite places when we get to having live workshops, we'd love to hear your suggestions. Are there any questions coming in or any remarks from board members at this point? No? All right. I'm trying to go through this quickly. This is kind of the boring part, but we got to get it over with. And Jeremy, our treasurer, will give you a quick review of our financial status. And I will stop screen sharing so Jeremy can.
Okay.
And I
great
will
you
mute.
stop screen sharing because it lets me get a picture of everyone in attendance that we're recording here. So we will do this. Go. So before you see our 2020 balance sheet. I neglected to prepare a budget because I forgot that I needed to do that. It will be not all that different, except that obviously the big expenditure for the year was for the website development, and we will not be having that expense again. But you see our balance forward from 2019. Membership dues we brought in was $975. Uh, we we took in $30 for the writing workshop. Uh, 20 of that was refunded because people requested that. Uh, then for the expenditures, we had the Borough of Highland Park, a facilities deposit for that writing workshop. Charlotte's Web again is our big expense. We then had expenses for web hosting fees and monthly service fees. And you'll see below that, I bought some teleconferencing equipment, uh, which you are not seeing right now because we're doing everything via Zoom. But uh, then we have our yearly uh, business expenses, our tax filing and our U.S. postal box. So leaving us with an end balance of $3,619.44. Any questions? I see nothing in chat.
Marina has a question, but Marina needs to unmute. Okay.
You got it. Jeremy, can you please also discuss the renewals of membership that are now pending for 2021?
Yes, indeed. I sent out an email last week for renewal, and I'm starting to see some of those renewals come trickling in. Obviously, our membership dues are our primary source of revenue, and would like to reinforce that we are still here, we are still working, We have plans for this year, and hope that you will send us your renewal.
We didn't make a concerted effort to collect dues last year, and we recognized that that was a very difficult time for our financially for our member choruses, and that we were not able to provide the full schedule of workshops that we intended. But in this coming year, we do intend to provide more workshops. We do have expenses just to, just to comply with the legal end of things and the technical end of things. And that's what your dues does for us. Just lets us keep the lights on, so to speak, even though we don't have any office, so we don't have any lights to keep on. But you get the point. So we do hope that you will renew your membership. And if nobody in your chorus got any message about renewal, then clearly we have an incorrect email address or a communication gap. So reach out to us and we will try to clean up our act.
If you have any questions, you can send them to me, and it's very easy, treasurer@njchoralconsortium.org.
We have made it easy for someone to renew online on our website. If that does not work for you and you would like to send a check, you can do that. But please, 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 please enclose the form, which you can get from the website, the membership form, or even just a piece of paper, because we have gotten checks in the mail that are a person's name and it's from their personal checking account, and we don't know what chorus it is for, which is a mystery that we don't know how to solve. So if you can't find the form or you need help with that, please give us an email. We don't have a phone, we don't have an office, but we do have a board, and they are doing their best to keep up with things. We have a board member who is monitoring the chat, so that if you would like to ask questions or make comments to contribute to the discussion, you are welcome to do that. You can do that while you're muted. Just put it into the chat. We might not get to it immediately, but we will get to it. And somewhere in this is the agenda. And the next item on the agenda will be an open discussion. The last item on the agenda will be a demonstration of the membership portal, which is what we have set up through something called Chorus Connection, which is where our members can post their concerts, post announcements, ask questions, share with each other. And if you don't know how to use that, we will be showing that live in real time. If you already know how to use that, or it doesn't interest you, or you don't have time, you're welcome to just, leave the meeting at any time that works for you. But at the moment, we will go to the open discussion, and we sent a survey to our members, and a few did respond about what their needs and concerns are for their chorus during the pandemic. And our Vice President, Marina Alexander, is going to lead that discussion. And I'm going to mute, and Marina is going to unmute.
Yes, thank you so much, Sue. What we're hoping is that through this survey, you can give us some guidance as to what activities in the coming months might be of greater value to you, both as individual organizations and perhaps to the greater choral community that we all represent here in New Jersey. We asked 3 basic questions. What issues is your chorus most concerned about right now? What activities is your chorus planning for this coming spring of 2021? And how can the New Jersey Choral Consortium help your chorus during this season of 2021 spring and perhaps even beyond? So we had a couple of interesting replies. And I think we probably are all somewhat in the same boat. So let me deal with each of these questions directly. And then again, as you have interest and concern, please feel free to either chat or to raise your hand. Sue, I'm going to tell you that I have my Excel sheet open and I can't see the grid right now. So if you can jump in if anybody would like to speak, because I can't see it right now. Okay. In terms of what issues are concerning people, Elaine from Shireen Bishkaro had told us that she's concerned about keeping both her singers and her audiences interested. And I think that's a very important and challenging issue. We've been Zooming for a long time. And I guess my question is, Elaine, do you feel that people are going through like a Zoom fatigue? I know that most groups are going to probably stay virtual for a good part of the spring. What's up with Zoom fatigue these days?
I can't answer for everyone. I know that I have many people who are working people and they work via Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
And they are zoomed out by rehearsal time. So that's one issue.
So is that affecting how many people you find are participating in your online sessions?
It is, and as it, we did not anticipate this when we had a chorus meeting last August. But when August passed and September and October came and we saw that, yes, we're going to be in quarantine for a while, and several people in the choir got COVID. The president of the choir's husband passed away from COVID. The president had COVID. The idea of even having a hybrid rehearsal just became something that was not going to happen.
Hmm. And that is because people are still
They're still afraid.
Yeah, they're still quite cautious.
They're still quite cautious. Even socially distanced rehearsals were not a problem. People said, we sent a questionnaire. People said that if a singer said, we asked, if there were to be a live in-person concert, would they Zoom? And we got 100% on that. We asked if there were to be a virtual concert, would they Zoom? And we got about 80% on that. So, there is interest and people are still paying dues. People and they come to any social Zooming that we might have if it's for a short time period. Also, there was a question that I just saw on the screen about Jamulus. So the idea of rehearsing is still difficult. We looked into Jamulus. We have some engineering type people. We have professor of engineering, and we have a professor of physics. And when they advised that unless Jamulus were to be set up absolutely perfectly, and people lived, let's say, on the same campus,
Yeah.
then it would be very difficult. We are, we're in the elbow of New Jersey, sort of, if you know the shape of New Jersey, we're near the Delaware.
Right.
We have members in Pennsylvania and in New Jersey, almost an equal amount of each right now.
Right.
And the distance can be great.
Well,
So
I think you're bringing up an important issue, and that is right now, Zoom still seems to be the most operational way to interact. Jamulus does have enormous technical requirements, absolutely. I've looked into that. And JamKazam recently came out with the fact that if you have a particular little joined piece of equipment, and you have a microphone, singers can actually rehearse in real time and hear each other and be synchronous. But that means everybody's got to buy that special little piece of equipment and buy a microphone. And again, maybe for small groups it's viable, but when you got 60 people, that's not going to happen. So my thinking is that right now we have to do the best we can to get through these next several months, and that as vaccinations start to be more ubiquitous, gradually we will be able to get back to more normal activity. It will still take this whole spring, I think, to achieve that. Yes, go ahead.
So that is the portion about our singers. Our audience is very interested. I teach a class that became very popular on Tuesday nights, and I teach it again on Thursday nights. So some of our singers, some of our audiences are coming to that class, which is called Jewish Music History Survey. And even though each topic is 45 minutes long, each choir can be a semester long when you really go into it. And the audience is interested in that.
Well, that's a great way to go about it, because indeed staying connected with our audiences is difficult. I know that Ann Matlock from Harmonium talked about keeping both members and audiences engaged. And also, obviously, there's the loss of income from concert ticket sales. And I know, Ann, you were talking about raising money. So for the spring, I can see that you are deciding to have virtual meetings. You are going to go ahead with your student composition contest and perhaps a public celebration of that contest at the it says on Zoom on May 2. So how does all of that fit in with your funding?
We actually have done pretty well with fundraising, because we had kind of more time to do like a grown-up snail mail. I actually did a snail mail mailing before the end of the year, because I was afraid of the people that we might be losing that aren't as engaged online as some others, and that includes some of our older donors. So between a lot of the fundraising that we had done in the fall and the recent fundraising, we've taken a little bit of step back from that, and we're hoping that we'll be able to be in person singing again in the fall. Although of course we'll be ready to pivot if that doesn't work. So I think that our next fundraising event will have the purpose of, so that we can start up, and not so that we don't have fundraising fatigue. Of course there's always a donate button. Yeah, a donate button on whatever we do. And for me also, I've been trying to reprogram what we're going to do on Sunday nights, who our guests are going to be. And I gave myself the month of January to do that. So the month of January, we're just having special meetings on Sunday nights. Tonight, we're having a sort of a strategic planning component that we were going to get to later, which after last summer we decided we should get to sooner, which is diversity and inclusion committee, getting it started. How can our membership better reflect the membership of New Jersey in terms of what we look like? So that's something we're doing. We had a chamber singers rehearsal and just sort of having some different. We meet with our music educators. So in February, hopefully, we'll have a big kickoff of Sunday night guests again and a little bit of singing and that kind of thing. And when the weather gets warm, hopefully a little bit more outdoor singing for small groups who are comfortable with it. But you have to be ready to pivot in a second. And I see exactly what Elaine is saying, that there is definitely some Zoom fatigue, you know. And so I think my Sunday nights are going to be a little shorter than they were in the fall. And we did decide that we would get behind our high school composition contest, which is in its 24th year. Because why not? Because kids can still be composing, and maybe we won't have a concert in June where we'll be singing their piece, and we'll sing it the next time that we can. You know, they can still be supported. They can have judges' comments. They can put it on their resumes if they're heading off to college. So we're actually, Becky's going to leave momentarily because she's opening another meeting, which is an informational meeting for teachers and students about the contest. And so some of our guests that we'll be having are, I've been looking up also former members and sort of updating my where are they now follow up on former members of who have won the composition contest. And that's just really fun to have time to do. We do have a few people who are still full-time composers, which is so exciting. And then other people who are whatever, but I think it would be fun to celebrate them on Zoom. So we will be doing that on May 2nd, and that'll be open to the public, and I'll probably put it into the Zoom webinar format so that people can only talk back in the chat except for the guests. But
Right.
yeah, I'm kind of excited that we have, a reason to be.
Well, that you do have reason to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, all of that is tremendously admirable. You've been holding this composition contest for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've been able to sustain it through this last year of COVID is quite an achievement. It really is. And I think you're right, giving people an understanding that there is still a way to realize these efforts. I have found that that's really important with my choruses, that even though we're meeting on Zoom, we need to feel that there's some sort of reward, some sort of purpose to the sessions, right? And so Arcadian Chorale will be doing a concert in June, whether it's virtual or live or whatever we do, one way or another, we're singing a live something, right? We did a live holiday concert that we did not have a live audience for, but live streamed via YouTube, and it was tremendously successful. I'm hoping we can, by the end of June, maybe have a live audience too, but no, that's me. I'm the eternal optimist. So that is something that, of course, has to be measured. When it comes to how New Jersey Choral Consortium can help you guys at this stage of the game, I just heard two things that kind of intrigued me. One is, again, how to retain and to advocate for membership. I keep on hearing that come forward a lot. But number two, the second thing that Anne just mentioned, this I think is really very, very important. Finally there's awareness that the choral music world is not as diverse as it could be. And we really do need to address that in some a tangible fashion. This is a major initiative of the American Choral Directors Association this year, and of course America. And so I think it's board. I think it would behoove us to think about how we can possibly play a role directly here in New Jersey for that type of to help facilitate that type of activity more. So
if you're interested, the board member of mine who is going to lead this committee, he is retired, and he really took this on seriously. Like every single video or webinar or seminar I sent to him, he looked at and analyzed, and things from Chorus America and ACTA, and he wrote a paper and an executive summary. And I'm sure he'd be happy to share that with you of like sort of where are we now and what are the things that we're up against and what, and maybe, and then some brainstorming as to why. And of course, every choir's why is going to be different.
Right.
I know mine's not for lack of trying, and it's not for lack of repertoire, and it's not for lack of having um, a composer in residence of color, which I've had for 22 years. But it's just not enough. There's got to be follow through, and then you start examining, well, what are these systemic things in place that might be holding people back? And one of them for us is we're taking a hard look at venue, which is sad because our venue is very reasonably priced in terms of where we rehearse, but it's also in Mendham, New Jersey, where one of my friends was telling me, when my teenager drives down the street, my white teenager drives down the street, they get pulled over. So imagine anybody
Right.
else.
So there are many issues associated with that we really need to examine. And I do think that this is a timely conversation that we're having with you today. And if you wouldn't mind, at the appropriate time, I'll be in touch with you to pursue that further. Because I do think it's really very, very important. I've done the same thing. I've tried a lot of different things that have not yielded the result that I had hoped. And like you said, there's got to be reasons why, and there's got to be a fresh approach. So I think that's a really valid thing that we can do for each other. This also, I might put forward, is that coming out of COVID, I know through this period of time, I, with my boards, have been sitting and kind of re-examining our mission and re-examining how we do some fundamental things, so that as we emerge from COVID, perhaps we can be a little bit more proactive, a little bit more innovative, and make progress in areas that we perhaps took for granted or neglected in some way previously. And so I guess what I'm saying is, as difficult as this period of time has been, perhaps this is also an opportunity for us to reinvent what we do, and to even be more vital and more effective than we were in the past. And so again, that's something I think would be worth exploring as well. I'm going to hand this over to Sue in a second so that she can do the demonstration of the Course Connection portal for you all. But we are hoping from the Choral Consortium, every year in June, we used to hold our big New Jersey sing, big open sing. And it was very successful, and we had some wonderful, wonderful sessions. We don't think we can do that in June this year, but we might be able to do it at the end of August. Again, spatially distanced and singing live. So if you have any repertory that you think would be appropriate, or a conductor who you think might be worth while to involve in that type of a project, please just get in touch with me through the consortium. I'm the programming person. You probably figured that out. And I would love to have a live rejuvenation of choral singing in New Jersey at the end of the summer, where we can celebrate each other and be in the same room, a big one, of course, and sing and sing live. It may have to be with masks or may not, we'll see. But please know that I just think that it would be the most amazing and wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us to be back engaged in what we so very love, and indeed to celebrate each other. So please get in touch with me as you can. Thank you to all of you for your input to this conversation this afternoon.
Marina?
And yes, please, Barbara.
Before we finish up the discussion, you did mention about Jamulus. Hopefully Judith's question got answered.
Yes.
But there are two other things I just wanted to ask you about. Are any of the choruses thinking that after a year of sort of less singing, we're going to need vocal refreshers to get our voices back? And the other question actually was from Anne about what do we think the safety protocols might be, or where are we going to look for those safety protocols when we do get back, to singing? Like you just said, we might be with masks, we might be socially distant. Where are we looking for that guidance?
Those are two very, very good questions. Thank you, Barbara. Regarding the latter, I think each course and that means the director and the board have to be tremendously sensitive to both the circumstances as they're going to start to develop, and number two, to the sensitivities of your individuals in your membership. So the concert that I did live in December included hybrid rehearsals where anyone who voluntarily wanted to came to a live rehearsal that I held in a big church where they could be spatially distanced and sing with masks on and use 16 gallons of hand sanitizer every time they came in the door. And the rest of the folks were able to participate in the rehearsal because we Zoomed it at the same time. At some point this spring, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do that again because I know that there will be people in my group who will be willing to do so, who not only will be willing, will be wanting to do so, right? And I can control the environment that we're going into. And I think that's a huge issue for everybody. If you can control the physical circumstances that you're going into with regard to all of the safety protocols of distancing, of ventilation, of again, not touching materials, etc., of sanitizing before and after you're in the space, all of that, I was able to rehearse for live for 2 months. And it was a godsend, it really was. I'm hoping that too, as people start to be vaccinated, more people will be willing to come into the live sessions because they will feel that they are more protected. At the same time, if you still want to wear a mask and it's the end of June, wear a mask. That doesn't bother me. If you still want to sit, on the other side of the room, go right ahead and do that. I will continue to spatially distance through the entire period, just because I think that's the wise thing to do.
Well, I think, Marina, you bring up a good point that you have to be sensitive to your group. But in the chat just now, we have some suggestions about protocols that are being published. We're also having those links on our website as well. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, we are.
And also the National Association of Teachers of Singing, the NATS website should be up there as well. So those are places individual directors or boards can look for recommendations. We probably, as a New Jersey Choral Consortium, won't make direct recommendations, will we?
I don't think so, just because we'd be duplicating what's already been done. But we certainly can facilitate access to those recommendations. And I know, Barbara, you have been very, very active in making sure that that information is posted in a timely way. So thank you for doing that. And again, you folks can access these things from our website or from the ACDA website or the NATS website or Chorus America. So there are a number of ways to see what the latest recommendations are. I think, again, though, using your common sense and your caution and being sensitive to the individuals in your group is really the bottom line at this stage of the game. Okay, so thank you again for your conversation today. I enjoyed it tremendously, and I wish you well for the spring season. Keep singing no matter what you got to do. All right, very important, and we will look forward to touching base with you as the season goes ahead, so we can hear what you've been able to achieve. And again, if you have any other insights that you would be kind enough to share. So Sue, I'm going to hand this back to you so that you can proceed with the last item on our agenda today, the demonstration of the membership portal.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So if you are interested in what the portal is, how it works, why we use it, and how to use it, this last portion of the meeting is for you. And if you're not interested, you may leave it at any time. The entire meeting will be recorded so that you can come back to it later. At any rate, Chorus Connection is a small company that developed a small service to help choruses keep track of their own members, their attendance, And if they hand out music, virtually, and they put their rehearsal schedules and so on and so on. And choruses that wish to use this service pay for it. And some choruses that are in New Jersey and that are members of the consortium use this. But that is not what the consortium is here to show you. The consortium is here to show you that the consortium is using it because the makers of Chorus Connection have provided the consortium with a free account. And if it's free, we like that. So we are using it in a sort of, off the books, well, not off the books, but, off label kind of way to keep track of our own members and to help our members communicate with each other. And if your chorus is having an event, a concert, a seminar, a workshop, either live or virtual, and you would like that event to appear on the New Jersey Choral Consortium website, which has, wait a minute, an events page. Let me get my screen sharing up.
Excuse me, Sue, there is someone who is not muted and we're hearing a lot of background noise.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, that could have been my husband on the phone. But if you yourself on this Zoom call are not muted, please make sure that you are. On our New Jersey Choral Consortium website, we have events that are sponsored by the consortium, but we also have the chorus calendar. The chorus calendar is for events that are sponsored by our members. And this is where you can post your concerts, your education programs, or anything else that is open to the public, not your rehearsals, not your board meetings, but things that you want to invite people to, free or paid, virtual or live, or some mixture of that. And each one can be seen in brief, and then you can see more information, and then you can go for more details. In the past, we had a form on here for you to submit your event right here. The trouble is that any slob in the universe could submit, and that happened. We never had anything, dangerous or horrible, but, we had people selling insurance and blah, blah, blah. So we wanted something that would be a little more controllable. And that's why we use Chorus Connection. So for Chorus Connection, each individual has an account. And you're only going to get an account if I invite you. And I'm only going to invite you if your chorus tells me that you're the one who should be doing this. Because if your chorus has 35 people, you don't need 35 people to be on Chorus Connection. You just need one. You can have 2 or 3, it's entirely up to you. And whoever it is that is going to represent your chorus and Chorus Connection has to have an account that they activate. I can put them on there, but I can't activate you. You have to activate yourself. So we actually have right here in real time a brave volunteer, Caroline Stewart, who sings with New Jersey Choral Society, and she is going to activate her very own account at this very moment. So Caroline, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself and to share your screen. I'm going to stop sharing mine.
I'm unmuted. Here we go.
Okay.
And I just want to let you, just to keep it, I'm Central Jersey Choral Society,
I'm sorry. What did I say?
New Jersey
Oh,
Choral
yeah.
Society.
There are a lot of courses with
Yes.
similar names, and it's
Yeah.
hard for my poor aging head to keep track of them.
Well, that's all right,
Okay.
because I think we're probably one of the oldest. So I think we're looking at 73 years now. So we're
Oh,
working hard
very
to keep that,
impressive.
keep things
Okay.
going for another couple of years here.
I think you've got sort of a family dynasty because there's an awful lot of people named Stewart.
That's my daughter and my husband and, you know, my church choir people. Yeah, we've got a good solid handle on the membership. Yep.
Very, very nice. All right. So yesterday, I sent Caroline an email inviting her to activate her account. The email is the similar wording that everyone would get. And the wording is a little funny looking because the wording was created by Chorus Connection for people that are joining a chorus. So it says you're invited to join the chorus. So it looks really dumb for our purposes, but you know, for free, we're not going to complain. So Caroline, if you are able to share your screen and show that email.
Let's see if I can do that. Now I click this, do I do share now? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess you want to go down to this email that's going to be living up here under my AOL account, right? It's the first time I've done this, so go easy on me here, okay?
Yeah, I'm with you.
It should be under old mail if it works this way. And I'm guessing this one? No. I'm trying to figure out which one here. We have Choral Consortium membership, this one, portal demo, or is that the email
No.
to me?
It would, I think it is that one. Try that one.
This one?
Yeah.
All
See,
right.
yeah, you can see that's kind of a form thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Sue Metz invited you to join the chorus. Well, what I'm really inviting you to do is to activate your account.
Okay.
So that blue box that says set up account, that is customized for Caroline only. She's the only one in the universe that can actually use that. So when it's your turn, you'll get one that's just for you.
So if there were more people in my choir who wanted to access, I would need more invites.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they have to be kicked off by me because I'm
Right.
the initiator.
Okay,
So-
all right, just making sure. Okay, because
Yeah,
usually
and-
our treasurer is usually the one who does it. So, okay.
That's fine. The main thing that you want is someone that would be posting your events, which is probably your publicity person. But it's your discretion. And that blue box that says set up account, you can click. It's safe. We've tried it. You're not going to get hacked or anything. So then you get Chorus Connection, and see that email is Caroline's email that I already put in there to authorize her to participate in Chorus Connection. But I don't get to create her password. She gets to create her password, and she's going to do that right now.
Okie dokie.
And it says it has to be at least 8 characters. So it's basically, up to you. And I will not be privy to your password. So you better write it down.
Yep, already did.
Or put it into, a system for saving passwords or whatever.
And
And
accept and go, huh?
accept and submit.
Oh, I guess I typed. I'm not much of a
so
typist. Let me try again here. I got
if
it.
typing isn't great, then you have to do it again. Yeah, okay, that happens.
I think I know what I did. My dyslexia acts up sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's see if that one works. Yep, nope. All right. Oh, no, it did. Okay, I got it.
All right. Okay, now here's your profile. Every individual who is on here has a profile. It's entirely up to you if you want to save it. That's for yourself. That's not for us. But either click save or click never, whichever you prefer, or you'll never be able to do anything. Okay.
Wait,
So-
I'm looking here. I've lost. Save is.
Never mind. You don't need to do that anymore.
Oh,
You're
okay.
on my profile.
Okay,
So-
because I have the right side of my screen has pictures on it, so I can't. If there's
Okay.
anything going down the side of my screen, I can't see it.
All right. So you see the thing that says my profile.
I see my account. I log out, manage. I'm trying to see if I can move this down. Maybe that'll work. Okay, my account. Okay, here we are. Where are we at? Down at the bottom? Can you see what I'm looking at here?
Yes, I do see what you're looking at. I see your name.
Right? My name, nickname,
Yep.
put whatever. You don't
Okay.
care what my title is. That changes.
Right. So
My address,
yeah,
birthday.
now all of this is optional. If you
Okay.
want, you can put in your life story, fun fact, your Facebook page. You can put in a photo of yourself. If you scroll up a little bit,
Mhm.
Caroline, you'll see somewhere there's a place to put a photo. You can put in your phone number. You don't have to. Your email, you could hide your email, but of course then nobody would be able to contact you. The height is silly. That's there because of people that are being placed on risers.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that's what it's designed for. But where it says choose image, that's where you can put in a photo of yourself.
Okay.
But all of this is optional.
Okay.
Just,
Okay.
this is just here for you to verify in case I spelled your name wrong or whatever.
And I could always go back and add this later if needed.
Yes, you can. So
Okay.
just click save in the
Okay.
blue box at the bottom. And you are done. And there's Caroline. Now, at this moment, Caroline can click home. And every time Caroline logs in, this is what she's gonna see. Now, it put the to-do list on there because it thinks you ought to upload your profile, but really you don't have to. You will see a summary of how to do things. You will
Okay.
see upcoming events from the calendar in the next 2 weeks, and you will see recent emails.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave those instructions there basically forever for how to post your concerts.
And if I click see calendar, it's going to give me it in a calendar form. Okay.
Yeah, so if you click the calendar, there is the calendar of what anyone else has posted. If you wish, if you click subscribe, what will happen is that every event that's on here will be onto your own calendar, which you probably don't want to do because you probably don't want the concerts of 45 choruses popping up on your calendar.
Okay.
But it's there. If you click bulletin board in the black space at the top, yep. There is where you can see things that we have posted, or you could post things for yourself. If you click new post a little higher up, you could post something yourself, like, has anyone in the consortium used Jamulus? Or has anyone tried to do drive-in rehearsals? Or does anybody have a copy of the national anthem arranged for women's choir? Or, whatever. It's entirely up to you. You can forget about posting, just scroll down a little and hit cancel. And just above the post that I just posted about federal loans and grants.
Yeah.
You see, it says you currently get emails about new posts every post. So it has decided that every time there is a new post, you're going to get an email. Now,
Okay.
you don't have to do that. You could opt out, but it's available to you. You can also see all the members. If you click members in the black area, look at that. Those are all the members. Some of them put up their photos, some of them didn't. And although on this particular screen, it doesn't tell you what chorus they're in, you can find them because at the top it says search. So if you type a chorus name,
Oops. Enter.
enter. And now you've got everybody,
Oh, there you are. Okay.
yeah, that is on this
In my
system.
group. Okay. That my
is
group.
in-
Okay.
That is in your group, you know.
That is in here. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That you have that, you know, is in my group. Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to find people in another chorus, you could do that. If you wanted to email Leanne, you just click on her email right there, and you know you can send her an email saying whatever you want. If you scroll up again, Caroline, she's really good at this, you know, and click where it says files on the left.
On the left.
On the
This?
black line.
Oh, up
yeah.
here. Oh, okay.
Okay. So this is where we have posted things that we think might interest you. First, we posted how to use the portal in case you wanted to print that out. We put, if you ever get around to a live concert and you have a printed program and it has advertisements, we ask you to put a little ad for us in there, and we provided it for you.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah. If your chorus has, if we have events, the consortium events, we hope that you would help us out by bringing flyers to your rehearsals when we have rehearsals in person. So we'll put our flyers there. We'll put our handouts. Those below the first item are folders. So if you click on one of those folders, like resources marketing, that means that there's more stuff in there. Sometimes there's one thing, sometimes there's more than one thing.
So I mean, it's just a PDF file. I could just click it open if I
Yeah,
want it.
you can open it. You can download it to save it to your own computer. You won't be, you know, taking it away from other people. It's just there to be shared with everyone. And then there's manage on the right.
Okay, this is where the faces are covering what I got here.
Oh, okay.
Is that the
Would
green
it
box?
be better? Would it
Is
be easier if I did this instead?
Sure, I'm just saying, but I'm looking for it because I have the faces going down here. If there's a green box that I can't read, is that managed?
All right. Why don't you?
Carolyn,
Yes.
you can move that. The faces.
Oh, there we go. Okay, all right, I see. Okay, I'll move them to the middle. Okay, I
There
didn't
you
realize
go.
that. Okay, there you go. So manage. Where's manage at? Okay,
On the
marketing.
right, on the black stripe on the right. Yeah. On the right.
Oh, here. Okay,
Yeah.
looks any bigger. Okay, I definitely
Yeah.
couldn't. Okay, now I get the
Okay.
faces out of the way. Okay, good.
Okay. So see where it says calendar?
Mm-hmm.
So click calendar. Now Caroline is powerful because Caroline can post a new event on the calendar.
Oh,
Back-
okay.
Go back up. You see the green box? New event. Blue box, sorry.
I'm looking for green. The
Yeah,
only thing
you're
green
right.
up there is screen sharing is green. That's
Yeah.
only, it's always.
So
Oh,
this is
okay.
where you can post your chorus event to, and it will appear on our website, visible to the public. It will not happen immediately. The system is, I don't know, in slow-mo or something, and it kind of waits a day, but it will appear in approximately 24 hours, all by its little old self. And so this is a way for you to get your event without having to go through an intermediary, because in the past, you would have to wait for us to get around to reviewing it to make sure that it was legit and blah, blah, blah. And you don't have to do that anymore. And if your event changes, you decided that you can't have it on that day, you have to have it on a different day, or change the location, blah, blah, blah. You can change it yourself. You don't need us to do it. Just so you know that there are some quirks, concert is there for a chorus that is holding a concert and is going to take attendance for its members, its singers. Has nothing to do with your concerts. It's not applicable for the purposes of the consortium. You don't
Does
need
this software hook into all into ticket sales? If you buy,
they do have a service attached. If your chorus is paying for an account with them, yes, they have a ticket sales thing.
Because we use brown paper tickets, and so our choir people, our attendees will have to buy tickets through brown paper brown paper tickets, I think it's what it's called.
Yeah.
And that would be a way to track that would be like I have 50 tickets sold or 500 tickets sold. We can only dream. But, okay. I'm just curious about that. Okay.
Yeah. If that is something that your choir wanted, then you would take it up with the people that run this outfit. But that's a whole separate thing.
So I would then have to buy a membership or whatever into this chorus. What's it called? The Chorus Connection.
Chorus Connection.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. And that would, if we bought one of those, that would link into this as well, right? It would all be kind of together.
Yeah.
Not completely, if I might, Sue. Arcadian Chorale has a Chorus Connection portal, and it costs $1 a month per singer, and they have certain membership tiers. So for up to like 50 singers, you pay a certain amount per year. For 75 singers, and then for 100 plus singers. And so you have to pick a plan that is going to essentially suit the size of your membership. And again, essentially it costs $1 per singer per month. And so what I do is at the beginning of the year, like now January, I charge people $12 for Chorus Connection. And that way our portal is active. If you join Arcadian Chorale in September, I charge you $6 for the rest of the year. But that way, again, I basically break even in that cost, and I have all the resources that Chorus Connection can offer, which to some degree are also available to the consortium. Does that make sense, Caroline?
Yes, I have a couple questions about that. I know that's what we're supposed to be talking about here. Do you find it, obviously you use it, do you find it's a worthwhile service?
I think it's really great.
And how do I guess I'm thinking about our next board of directors meeting. It might be worthwhile to have somebody talk about it. Where would I get information? Is it like chorusconnection.org or something? Is that how
or come. Yeah.
If you go to their website, they have very good detailed explanations. And with your experience of this today, I think you can give some basic understanding. But the great thing is that when the person, we don't have to struggle with databases anymore. Because if your information changes, you change it and you keep it up to date. If you don't get emails, and then you can complain to me, and then I have to tell you to check your email. For example, for spring of 2021, I am reviving a program that I was hoping to do it last year. Last year, I posted all the files that are pertinent to that music. And so all I had to do was change the year, and all my files are still there, so people can access audio links and other resources that will help them to learn the program. And so it kind of becomes an archive as well. You can post flyers, you can post fundraising forms, and everything is there for people. So I find it well worth it.
Caroline, can you stop screen sharing at this point? So I'll screen share instead.
Okay, so how do I do? Just push screen share again and say stop?
Yeah.
I see screen share up here. Oh, stop share. Huh. I guess if I read the paper, okay, there you go. It's all yours.
You did it. You did it.
Okay.
Hey, it's the first time I ever did that. Okay, we're in. Thank you.
Okay. So to show you an example of what Marina was talking about, when I sign in, I've got 3 accounts. One is for one chorus that I sing in that has their account for Chorus Connection. One is for the other chorus that I sing in that has their account, and one is for this. So I'd have to remember what hat I'm wearing on any particular day. When I go to the Choral Consortium, I see just what Caroline saw. I also have some other things because, I could administer this.
Right.
If I want to switch, that's their logo. And if I want to go to the chorus that I'm a member of, now it's different. Now I see the upcoming events for my chorus.
How do you get that stuff in there? Like I'm looking here at the different marketing and things like that. Do you, as a choir or chorus, do I do that myself? Do I put that marketing links in and those rehearsal dates? And you see going down what says recent email? Oh, those are just emails. Oh, okay.
Those are the people who volunteers in charge of all this, like, are the ones that did this. Now, I'm not in charge of this for my chorus. I'm just a kind of a spectator. So people in my chorus, here's Patrina. She's the chair of the 75th anniversary marketing committee. So she sent out an email about that. Here's Janet Breslin. She's the music chair. So she sent out an email about rehearsal notes. Chorus Voice is what we call our internal newsletter. And Kari is sent that out.
But you don't have any choice how you can set that up. Like I was thinking of the board of directors and what committees they might stand over or something like that.
All of that is up to your chorus. Your chorus has members and you can put them into subgroups like, soprano, it says upper, but soprano 1, soprano 2, bass 1, and so on. You can have a non-singing member. This is the wife of a member, but she does a lot of volunteer work. You can have somebody in leave of absence. You can have somebody that's in a chamber chorus. If I go to this one doesn't have chamber chorus. This one does. So they are posting their events, their announcements. Here is my profile. I am a member of the chamber chorus. There was a Debussy thing that we sang. I was in that. And this is the Thomas Edison College thing that we did. And I was in that. So it's put me into these groups. So whoever is in charge of the chamber chorus can just click send this message to chamber chorus and and I'll get it.
Okay. All right. That's interesting.
If our director posts music, I guess he didn't, I can get sheet music right here. If our director posts, he likes to, when our director starts a new piece, he marks it all up, by hand, and he sends it out and he expects us all to copy his markings into the score before we even show up in rehearsal. And it's right here, you know? If they want to send out messages to people, you know, they put them on here. If they want to schedule a rehearsal or a whatever, they put it on here. So that's, you know, that's what your chorus could do if your chorus wanted to do that. The consortium is not in the business of selling.
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah,
I agree
but
with
I
you.
mean,
I'm
yeah,
just trying,
you know.
I'm just thinking about how we do all this stuff manually anyway.
Yeah.
And
So
I was just curious how much it cost, but then Marini answered that question. And I guess I'm going to talk to the board about it. I just thought it might be an interesting idea. This seems like it does all the things that we've been working hard to take care of. So I'm just curious.
Yeah. So these are, you know, if I wanted to email my friend Laverna, you know, who sits next to me in rehearsal, but I don't know her email, here it is. You know, I can email her and, you know, whatever I want.
Yeah.
I could call her if, you know, if she put her phone number there. If I can't remember what she, also, this is a very good way to get to know people's names. If they put
Do the people require, do you get a permission slip or consent for people's faces to be posted on the internet?
No, it's up to you. See, this person chose not to post her photo.
Right, but there's a whole.
But this person chose to do it.
There's a whole question about.
It's at your discretion.
So you put up what you want.
You put up what you want.
Okay. It's not us putting it in; they're putting it up themselves. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. This has been very useful. Thank you.
Okay. So the this little button, this chat here.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't go to me or the consortium. That goes to the Chorus Connection people. So if you want to talk to them, you know, they only have about 6 employees in the universe. So be patient with them. But if you actually want to, you know, pursue it, that's up to you. The main thing that I want to get across is that if you want your concerts to be here, you have to put them here.
And I'm official now because I now have my email in there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and I have to find out whether we sent you our dues, but we'll take care of that. Don't worry, we're good for them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna hold you hostage.
No, Christina's our treasurer. I just haven't talked to her. We've been kind of out of communication, so I'll catch up with her.
Yeah, okay. So I haven't been seeing the chat. Barbara, have people been posting questions about this? You're muted though.
Nothing new in the chat right now.
Okay, so if you find that you have more questions about the ins and outs of Chorus Connection, if you're not sure whether your chorus is involved, you know, has done it. I've been in touch with there's only maybe 3 or 4 that haven't finally gotten around to having activated. Some have 1 person activated, some have 2, some have 6, you know. That's up to you.
And if I want to add more people, I just email you, say, I would like you to send an email to X, Y, and Z. You'll email them and they sign up just like I did. Okay.
Exactly. In fact, I will show you what it is, because this, you're not going to see this. This is, you know, something that's available to the admin people, but these are all the choruses and these are the people in your group.
Okay.
Who are on here. Now, okay. I haven't been in contact with most of them in about 2 years, and they could have quit for all I know. You know,
believe it or not, they're all still there.
Okay. Okay. And if there is a person who, let's say, sings in more than 1 chorus, for example, Whoops, my alphabet is not perfect, but there's me.
Yep.
So I sing in Mama Zipa Chorus and Principal for Musica, and I'm also a member of the board of directors. And I gave you a fun fact. And I gave you my phone number and my address and my photo. And you could email me, you could call me.
Yeah, it's a really great choral, both for the consortium and again, depending on how your chorus functions, I think again for any group to really be able to integrate a lot of their functions into one place. Also, by the way, you can download this. You can have, there's an app for your iPhone or for your Android, right? So people can have this right on their phone if they want to just go to the app. It'll show them the latest announcements. It'll show them the calendar, etc. So it can be integrated into mobile use as well.
Yeah, there is a thing on here for, you know, when your chorus has the account, to take attendance, to pay your dues, you know, right within here. And so that you always know who paid dues and who didn't.
Right.
But that's, you know, that's kind of above and beyond. The consortium is not using this for paying dues.
Right.
We're using it for the calendar. We're using it for the files. We're using it for the bulletin board. And we're using it for the list of members. Okay, so if, you know, we're getting, you know, to the end. So if you have questions, you want to follow up, you need help with this, just, yes, you can definitely put audio files there. And you could put links to audio files that are in other places.
Right.
So thank you all for sharing your time with us. We know your lives are complicated, and we appreciate your interest and your support. And special thanks to our board members. And I guess we're adjourned.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Very
everybody.
useful.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great season.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.